Hi, welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. My name's Tim. Today we're doing a walk around video of our 2014 model year 14 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited. In this video we're going to go around the outside of the car, point out the features, go through the quality of the vehicle as well, and then look at the inside as well. Being the most feature-packed SUV and the most awarded SUV ever made, this car's got a lot to offer. So looking at the front, first thing to point out on the Limited, this car's in bright white, which is probably the most popular colour for these cars. We do have our typical Jeep 7-slot grille. Now this grille, they did that specifically on all Jeeps ever made because they were the first car to ever drive on all 7 continents, and they're very, very proud of their heritage. Jeep do a lot of little things like that throughout their vehicles, which is very nice to see. We do have color-coded front sensors and a nice chrome finish up around the bottom of the grille here, which is typical on the Limited. You don't get that on the model down from this. It just comes in on the Limited. Fog lights here with a nice chrome surround. This car does have a since 1941 little indent inside the headlight there, and LED running lights around the outside as well. Those LED running lights do turn off and the indicator comes on, so you're not obstructing anyone's view. Nice big bright Jeep badge across here, and the front of the car is very, very nice and aggressive looking. It's got that very classic shape that everyone really went for when this car came out. A minor stone chip just here. I'm doing a look for a few marks for you as well and point out anything I see. We've got another little stone chip here, but otherwise for a 2014 this car presents absolutely beautifully. I'll mention as well, this car is the diesel, which is the more popular of the models too. The diesel and the Jeeps are just fantastic. With our nice big 20-inch rims here with what looks to be practically brand new tread. Moving down the side of the car, we've got colour-coded mirror cuts with a side indicator built in here and nice chrome surrounds around the mirrors. Now, windows, sorry. Now going down here, we do have our chrome Grand Cherokee badge. A couple of, no, they wiped off. Sorry, I thought I saw a minor stone chip, but it wiped off. There are some hairline scratches on the door handle here. Nice chrome door handles to match the chrome highlights across the white car. With a little bit of black thrown in from the windows and this plastic guard, the car just presents beautifully. Like I said, probably the most popular colour. Once again, practically brand new tyre. Minor blemish on the rim here, but otherwise presents very, very well. The bright head red taillights do come around the car with a nice chrome bit underneath, and it really presents awesomely. They do come across the back of the boot here. Being Limited, this does have an automatic tailgate, which I'll show you how that works in just a moment. Got nice chrome highlight here along the garnish, and you do have a dual exhaust across the back with color-coded rear parking sensors. Now all you have to do is have the keys in your pocket like I do right now. You actually open the boot with your keys. I'll show you that in 1 minute. All you do is press the button here, it'll beep 3 times, which you probably can't hear on the microphone, and up it comes at a nice slow pace. So it's very good to see, and look at the boot space in here, just very, very good boot space. We do have our carpet mat privacy cover just fitted here, and in the Jeeps as well. It wasn't sitting in properly, so it might not be charged. Yeah, it's not. So it actually does have a torch which will charge up while it's sitting there, which is very good to see. And being the Limited as well, you got upgraded sound system, so you got your subwoofer on the right hand side there with a 12-volt socket. You do have nice support rails here, and unlike other cars, you do have a nice, very thick plate here to really load things into the back of these cars with. You do have a full-size spare tyre here with all the tools you need in case you do get stuck on the side of the road, as well as a little funnel to fill the car back up with fuel if you do run out. I'll mention they do have that funnel because they've got a secondary door when you put the petrol nozzle in, so it's an anti-theft type thing, so it's just another added piece of security. There are some small scratches across the back here I'll point out for you. Like I said, trying to point things out for you just so you fully understand the vehicle. You do have a button here to close the door. You press that, do the same thing. It'll beep 3 times and the door will close down. But what I'll do actually, I'll show you on the key itself. We do have a button here, it says ×2. You press that twice, it'll beep 3 times and down it comes at a slow pace. If anything does get stuck under here, it will feel the resistance and come straight back up. So you don't have to worry about any little fingers getting jammed in the car. It doesn't come down that fast, and it will prevent itself from locking down. So I'll press that side button and let it close down. We've got our 4x4 and our diesel badge. This is a 4x4 model, all the diesels were. As we move around the passenger side now, you'll see you got your fuel cap here, and underneath another rim. No scuffing on this one whatsoever, with a nice deep tread here. Once again, down the side of the car itself, I'll mention as well, this car does have keyless entry. So like I showed you, the 2 keys, they're in my pocket. On the side of the car is currently unlocked. All you got to do is press this button and the car locks. So now it won't open. So all you got to do now, walk up to the car, keys in your pocket, grab at the handle, unlocks, there you go. Never have to pull the keys out your pocket. It's got a push button start as well. Once again, mirror with a color-coded mirror cap, as well as a side indicator built straight into it. The lines down the side of the car, I haven't noticed any blemishes on this side of the car. It does look beautiful as well. I'll point out really quickly as well, I'll get my cameraman to lift the camera up high. We've got a dual panoramic sunroof. I'll go through that a bit more inside, but look how good that looks up against the white paint from the outside of the car. Very, very popular extra on this car. It was quite expensive. It was about a $4,500 addition when buying them brand new. So the owner of this vehicle has gone the length to make sure the car is great. Once again, nice depth on the tyre. We've got minor scuffing along here, but otherwise this wheel also presents perfectly. So now I'm going to pop the bonnet. We're going to have a look at our diesel engine under here. This is a 3-litre V6 turbo diesel in the Jeep Grand Cherokee, and it is a nice piece of German engineering. Now, like I said, German engineering. This diesel engine was built by the Germans, and it's amazing. Its towing capabilities are right up there, 3.5 ton when fitted with electric brakes, and you don't have to worry about it slouching at all. The chassis of the Jeep Grand Cherokee and the intelligent rear suspension really aids with towing as well. That's what these vehicles are really popular for. But talking a bit more about the engine itself, this 3-litre engine will put out 184 kilowatts or 570 newton meters of torque, which is just an insane amount. This car does have the 8-speed automatic transmission and a 4-wheel drive system. With a 93-litre tank and a 7.5 litre per 100k fuel consumption usage, you can get a whopping 1,240 kilometers from a full tank of fuel. So very big, very tough, and nice and comfortable to drive in, and you just get the range out of it. This car is just, like I said, most awarded SUV ever. 7 airbags, 5-star ANCAP safety rating. All right, so now moving to the interior of our car. Like I said, most features in a baseline SUV, but this is the next step up, so you get even more in this car. It's awesome. It's packed full of things, and it's very luxurious and very comfortable for those long drives. Like I said, over 1,200 Ks average per tank of fuel. Looking to my right here, we've got a button to fold in our side mirrors, as well as a full joystick control as well to adjust them, making that very easy. We do have full electric window control with child lock, as well as a locking button here. Now you've got nice leather trim with a bit of a wood grain trim up here and white stitching. Just below that, we do have our memory seats, so you can actually have a couple of seats setting saved. So if you've got a couple of people driving, just hit the button and the seat wheel and steering wheel will position itself just perfectly for you, so you don't have to keep adjusting your seat. Pulling the steering wheel to the right, you'll notice there's no control arm here on the right. Being an American built car, it's on the left, but I'll go through that in one moment. We do have our headlight control down here and fuel release cap as well. If we pull this to the left, we've got our indicator and our front and rear wiper control here as well, which is very good to see. Steering wheel itself, we do have our paddle shifters, which will help with the towing, and you can't see it, but just below those paddle shifters, you got media controls. You can adjust the volume and skip back through tracks and radio stations as well, so you don't actually have to take your hands off the steering wheel. On the right, on the front, we've got our cruise control, and on the left we've got a directional pad, which will change the display in front of us. I'll go through that in one moment, as well as full Bluetooth control and phone and voice control. I'll show you that in 1 second too. But moving back to our instrument panel here, this car does have electric steering wheel adjustment. I'll pull that down so you can see it a bit clearer. So right now we're set to having a dial. All we got to do is push to the side. We got a number. We go up and down, and look, it'll speed warning. It'll read out your messages to you. If you have navigation set, it'll bring up the navigation, your next move. Down here you got your radio or your Bluetooth, your trip computer, your fuel usage, your terrain settings for the 4x4. It'll show you what's going on with the whole car. Move it up again. There's your tire pressure, side to side, battery voltage, oil life, oil temperature, transmission. It's got everything that you need in the car. You can jump between kilometers and miles, obviously being an American car, back around. And if you do the same thing going through the with dials, you actually don't lose the dial. It'll just show up in the middle. So you've always got a speed there, and you just got a whole array of options to show you. Now moving to the middle here, we got our nice big 8-inch touchscreen display with the Uconnect system. This is an amazing system. I'll put it onto radio and I'll show you. So at the moment we got the Fox on. If I hit the voice control button, we'll just leave you looking at that. I hit the voice control button. Now let's see if it works on video. 105.1 FM.
Tuning to 105.1 FM.
And there you go, there's your radio station set. You can save your presets if you like. You can adjust radio station. You can you can tell it where an address, it will give you directions. You can tell it to call someone, it will call someone. Full voice control in this car as well. Aside from the radio, we jump across to media. We got all of our Bluetooth, USB, CD player. with our controls, now this is our heated steering wheel, heated seats and ventilated seats. So ventilated seats, you'll notice the leather in this car has got perforated. So on those hot days you turn that up and a fan inside the seat turns on and it cools down your lower back, so you actually don't have to worry about that sweaty build-up on your back in a leather car. In Australian summer, that's an amazing feature. Dual zone climate control, you can adjust each side independently, or you hit the sync button and it will match the driver's side, just your full dual zone climate control settings there as well. And from this screen you can access your seat warmers and everything as well. Jumping to the navigation, view map, like I said, look how responsive this screen is. We got your full map there as well. While I'm showing you this screen, I'll just pop it in reverse and we'll have a look at our reverse camera. Look at that, move the steering wheel, projects where the car's going to go, nice big display as well, very good to see. And in settings you can change a whole lot of stuff as well, like just everything you can do on this car, there's just so much. Moving down from our screen, we got all of our hard controls for all of that as well. Your dual zone climate control, your media, your volume, everything's right here, nice and easy to reach as well. Underneath that, traction control, economy mode and parking sensors. Under here, press the button, there we go, bit of storage, 12-volt socket as well as auxiliary USB and SD card as well. This car does have the T-bar shifter, so in this T-bar shifter you press down the button, pull it back once into reverse, pull it back nice and big and you go all the way to drive. Push it forward, back in park. There is an indicator on the gear stick and on the screen in front of you to tell you what gear you're in. When you get used to it, it's it's just so easy to use. This car does have a foot release parking brake as well. A couple of minor marks here on the I guess it's like a goldy color. Just here we got nice chrome surround around our two cup holders and our full control for all of our terrain, so you can just tell it what terrain you're driving on and it will adjust the four-wheel drive system accordingly. Four-wheel low gearing mode as well as hill descent as well. Moving to the center console, we've got a nice big leather wrapped center console lid with white stitching. Looking in here, we've got another 12-volt socket and our CD player as well, and a bit of storage right next to that, which is good to see. Now, looking at the car itself, there's a little bit of wear in the leather, but you'd expect that on a 2014 car. Look at the perforated in the seats. The floor itself is perfect. The dash presents very, very well as well. While we scroll up, looking at the quality of everything, I'll point out our dual panoramic sunroof. So the front section just actually opens by holding this button, and it opens up a bug catcher, and there you go, the front of the sunroof is open. You can ventilate it as well. I'll get the cameraman to show you towards the back because it does cover the whole roof of the car. And if it does happen to get too bright, hold a button and a nice black cover matching the rest of the roof comes across, and it's just like you don't have a sunroof. So you got the best of all worlds here with this option. Like I said, it was like a $4.5 grand option on these cars, and the person spared no expense buying this car. So have a look around the rest of the interior, like check out the back as well, and I'm going to have a look at our service history. This car has done 96,000 Ks, which is pretty good for a diesel engine. Still pretty early on in its life. So flicking through the service books here, I went a little too far. So first service was done at 1,000 Ks. Next one was done, first service was done at 3,000 Ks, 3,000, 15, they've wrote it in a strange order, 3,000, 15, 26, 40, 55, 65, 80, and then we performed an intermediate service on it at 96. So it does have full service history, which is very good to see. All the books do go back into a nice little leather pouch, so we got all of that as well. And even, I'll get the cameras to sort of come up a little bit, and even over here towards the middle, we do have a nice little shelf for our books to sit on, which is very good to see as well. I noticed our cameraman was looking at the back. I forgot to point out, being a limited down here, we do have 2 USB ports, and the rear has seat warmers as well, which is very, very good to see. Nice and comfortable for those very long drives. So thanks for taking the time to watch our walk around video of our 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited Diesel. If you have any questions, please give us a call on 9907 0555 and one of our friendly staff would be happy to help with your inquiry.